Hi Gemini, this is your weekly reading. We are focusing on the energies of that Saturn and Pluto conjunction. It occurred on January 12th. We're in 2020 right now. It doesn't matter when you're watching this though, if the title or the thumbnail or the message speaks to you, it's your message. But we are presently being influenced by this massive conjunction, sort of a once-in-a-lifetime thing. Last time these two planets aligned was 38 years ago in the sign of Libra. This time they're in the sign of Capricorn. So it's serious. It's legit about discipline, about purging, eliminating anything that's on your path that doesn't belong there, wherever you're out of alignment. So I made some notes. By the way, welcome if you're new to the channel. I hope you'll consider subscribing and liking and sharing. And for those who are returning, thank you so much for being here. I think I'm starting to get the hang of this thing. I really appreciate your engagement and your warm response. So this is a regeneration period. That's what it's about. We're purging and eliminating whatever's out of alignment. Got that. But I want to tie it to some of the tarot cards so you can tell when you see your reading where you may need to focus a little more. So what is being purged or eliminated? Old belief systems, Hierophant. Patterns, that can be the Knight of Wands. It can also be the Devil energy. Intrusive and obsessive thinking, 8 and 9 of Swords. That's been coming up a lot. Blaming and shaming and judgments and grudges. That would be the Judgment card. So we're in an era of forgiveness with ourselves and each other. Bad habits, Devil energy again. Limiting fears can be the Moon. Resentments, 5 of Wands and Swords. One-sided or half-hearted dynamics, that can be the 4 of Cups. It can also be the 3 of Swords. Heavy baggage, 9 and 10 of Wands. Negative feelings from the past is the 5 of Cups. That's been coming up a lot. Worries about the future or things we cannot change. That would be the Wheel of Fortune. The need to control, Emperor energy. Unrealistic expectations can be the Fool. And basically anything or anyone that has already let go of us. Boom. 8 of Cups. Move on out. If somebody has already left you and maybe it's a repeating pattern in your connection, Gemini, time to cut it loose, because here's what we know. If we are not willing to make the hard decisions, the difficult decisions that are vital for our emotional, mental, physical, spiritual safety and security, this conjunction, Saturn and Pluto, are going to move it out for us. A lot of tower moments showing up in these readings, and it isn't the fun kind of tower moment. So just letting you know, if you're experiencing that in your world right now, there's some planetary cosmic influences that may be contributing. Okay, so here we go. Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine. Wow. Whoa. So Divine Masculine gets card number 8, Decision. Indecision. That would be the 2 of Swords. And Divine Feminine, wake up. Divine Feminine gets the World. Card 29, 2 and 9 is 11. We do not reduce that. This is a you are on the right path card for Divine Feminine in this connection. So I'm not telling you who's who, because you get to determine which energy you're presently inhabiting within your connection. That can change from time to time. So for example, if you find yourself more in the receptive and allowing and kind of going with the flow and being a little more intuitive, you would be the Divine Feminine. If you're a little bit more Yang energy, more action oriented, taking action, then that would be more of Divine Masculine. And it doesn't matter what your gender is, it isn't gender specific. So we just call it Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine to illuminate those dynamics. Okay, so both of these cards are upright. Let's see what we have for Divine Masculine. Upright, this card marks the presence of 2 or more possible choices in your life. It shows you anxiously looking at 2 roads, wondering which one would be the better choice. So it isn't just the 2 of Swords, this is also the 2 of Wands. Yet you are standing still, feeling confused by the up and down emotions of your present indecision. You could spend days, months, or even years in this back and forth energy, all the while feeling your focus and your life force energy draining away. This indecision creates a paralysis of will, one that can keep you stuck while you're waiting to be certain about the results of your choice. It's time to let go of the analysis and self-doubt that have been keeping you stuck. Meditate on your options and see where your spirit guides you. Consider which direction resonates with you most, both in the process and in the goal. Follow your heart and make the honoring choice. So this is for you, Divine Masculine, or Gemini. If you are in the Divine Masculine energy, this is your card. Yeah, you got to let go of fear and really make a choice that honors you in all aspects of your life, not just an impulse moment, right? Gemini has a very dual nature, and I guess what I feel this card is telling you is to take some time to reflect on which part of your dual nature is most honoring to your higher self, right? Because something might feel good for the moment, Gemini, but doesn't mean that it's in our highest and best good. So, moving on to Divine Feminine, also upright. This is about expansion and opening up. The man in this picture is looking out over a bay above which the beautiful sphere of the earth is rotating. This card is reminding you to expand your vision and contemplate some much broader options. The world is wide, so there's a lot out there to consider. In the modern age of technology, this could specifically be referring to creating or expanding to a more global network through the internet or social marketing. Drawing this card also lets you know that you have unlimited resources available to you, and now is the time to think big. As they say, the world is your oyster, so get ready to gobble it up. Beautiful imagery here for Divine Feminine. And again, if you're a Gemini here, you know which energy you're in. You may be a cross watcher here and know that which energy you're in the connection. So I leave that up to you. By the way, I did post a video on January 12th while the conjunction was happening, at the exact moment it was happening. You can go to view my channel, and right in the lineup of all these readings with the same thumbnail photograph is a reading called Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine Breakdown or Breakthrough. It was posted on January 12th. That one is the overarching reading for this whole series. Okay, so you might want to go there. For example, Divine Masculine got the energy card of caring connection. It's about deepening the intimacy with another. And Divine Feminine got the thinking woman, which is about elevating to the level of being a guide and letting your wisdom shine. So beautiful read. It was a really powerful reading, and it would certainly help to explain a lot more of what's going on in this connection. Just in case you're more curious about the powers, the force of the planets that are involved. Okay. Excuse me. So again, we'll be looking at Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine here. Wow. Divine Masculine coming through with the Hierophant, card of Taurus. Divine Feminine, yes, some regret here. This is Five of Cups, something in the past. This is a card of commitment for Divine Masculine. We'll see what that's about. Past, Page of Swords, Temperance, King of Pentacles for the present energy, Divine Masculine. Six of Pentacles, fairness, balance, reciprocity for Divine Feminine. In the future, we have this Queen of Wands and Magician. In the extended, I'm using the same deck to pull 3 cards for your connection. This is right now looking at you separately. I will look at the connection with all the clarifiers for that. I will also use this deck to pull a card, a message to you from Spirit, as well as a message to Divine Feminine from Divine Masculine, a message to Divine Masculine from Divine Feminine, and then an outcome card, which if there's any hint toward timing when things may shift, it would come out there. Okay, so that link will be in the description below. But right now, let's take a look at this Hierophant here for Divine Masculine. Why is the Hierophant here? An end of a commitment. Wow. This feels like the end of a committed relationship, possibly the end of a marriage here. Gemini, it feels like the end of a very painful cycle at the very, very least. Yeah, and there's a third party involved. So I get the impression that Divine Masculine is stepping forward to say, if there's any question here about whether or not this connection is over, it's over. It's definitely over. And see, I'm going to stop reading this part of the connection. I want to go right to Divine Feminine because we have this 5 of Cups. There's some regret, a focus on the past, some regret, a sense of loss. 2 of Cups is right behind that person, though. Let's see why we have this 5 of Cups here for Divine Feminine. Emotional overwhelm, Page of Swords here now. I kind of feel like some information came through, was Divine Feminine. 5 and 7 of Cups, very, very upset. A lot of emotional overwhelm, so almost too much to bear and too much to process. Some information came in, and I feel it's this Divine Masculine saying, either in a text or you know, however Divine Feminine finds out, it's sharp. It's a sharp, painful message that this connection is over. I feel that Divine Feminine is very much overwhelmed. If you are the Divine Feminine here, Gemini, I'm glad you're focusing on fairness and balance and equity here. This feels to me like it's time to be sure you get your fair share, especially if this is the end of a marriage. If this is the end of a committed relationship and you go your separate ways, you know, and you have and there's not like a legal process you have to go through. There's still some stuff you probably have to be sure is rectified in a very 3D kind of a way, in a way that's fair, equitable. Get it? Okay. We have Divine Masculine here presently. We've got this King of Pentacles, so it's almost and that Page of Swords. So this message that Divine Feminine is stepping forward with, let's see what that's about for Divine Masculine in the past. King of Pentacles. Wow. So if so this energy, and yeah, this is a sense of abandonment or some lack, money. This is money. This is scarcity mindset, lack consciousness, feeling out in the cold. It could literally be that this person has tried to return home and Divine Feminine has changed the locks. It's got that energy to it, only because there's this Page of Swords and I'm trying to figure out what the message was about or who it was from, and it's from the King of Pentacles, and here's the King of Pentacles. So I feel that whoever this is, Divine Masculine, could either be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, could have an earth sign very prominent in their chart, possibly in their rising sign, meaning the face they show to the world is this very sort of analytical, straight to the point, grounded, yes, and stable, comes across grounded and stable and practical, right? Practical energy. But if this is you, Gemini, I kind of feel you're relying on your stability to get you through a bumpy period. And that you may have, if you're the Divine Masculine here, Gemini, you may have received some message that tells you, yeah, don't come home. Or we're about to lose everything we have, right? There's just an energy here. There's too much of a focus on the pentacles for me not to see that this may very well be about actual financial stability. This, whoever this is over here, this divine masculine, could be about to, or could have been told, you're about to lose the shirt off your back. King of Pentacles for this divine masculine in the present energy. Yeah, there's your indecision. Yep, see? That's it. That's the indecision right there. I feel this King of Pentacles, this feels like they're coming forward as the man of the house. I get that, the man of the house, and not really sure what to do. I think they were given a message in the past, like you're either going to be a husband and a father, or you're not going to have a home to go to, kind of a message. I'm saying that because I see all this pain here, and I see it around commitment. And being that the Hierophant is represented by the sign of Taurus, yet another earth sign. So there's something very 3D and tangible here in this reading, and there's indecision. This divine masculine is caught in some measure of indecision, really weighing their options, another 2. And this is more pentacles, like really trying to figure out logistically how they're going to proceed. And then in the future, we've got this Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands, again, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, emphasis on Leo. Doesn't have to be that, but the energy of somebody who very much knows what they want and knows how to go about getting it. This is a manifesting energy here. Can be very bossy and dictatorial at times in their lower vibration. King of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Ace of Swords. So I feel in the future there is this divine masculine feels some sense of victory with regard to this connection. I'm not sure if this divine masculine is the Queen of Wands or the King of Cups, but we have passion and love. We have water and fire. We also have a risk here because fire and water weaken each other. They're kind of enemies. Water puts out fire, right? So I almost feel like there's a sense of victory, right? Divinely guided truth, wisdom, insight, clarity. And this is a card of victory. The sword held high, like, oh, we've triumphed. This is triumph. But I'm feeling that there's a weakness in the fabric of this connection that divine masculine may not be considering. I'm just going to say that. I feel that will come out more in the yes, on the bottom of the deck. Wheel of Fortune. This is the when it's on the bottom of the deck, it's the unconscious motivation here for this last card I pulled. I feel that what divine masculine doesn't know is that the wheel is turning, and sometimes, look at this, sometimes you get thrown off. Sometimes this Wheel of Fortune does not turn in your favor. So I'm just going to say that because I don't have any reason for feeling what I feel. I just feel there's an imbalance of energies here. Or not an imbalance, there's an unfavorability of the energies here in the future for this divine masculine that they need to be aware of before they declare victory, right? In the past for divine feminine, temperance, trying to balance the energies, trying to transmute something from like this, a negative, painful situation into something more balanced and pleasant and energetically aligned. Right, with the past life soulmate, really, Six of Cups. I really feel divine feminine's energy here. I feel divine feminine, this may be you, Gemini. I feel divine feminine was really juggling in the past to sort of keep this connection alive, to balance the energies, to temper the hot and cold, right? The water and the fire here. The water and the fire, trying to balance that. Wow. And right now, the present energy of the Six of Pentacles, this is about, your stuff. Fairness, balance, equal give and take, reciprocity. Standing up for oneself. Wow, oh my gosh, okay. So Divine Feminine here, stepping forward, we know already that we've got this focus on the past, a lot of regret, sadness, grief, emotional overwhelm in the Seven of Cups and that Page of Swords. Here it is. So the message here, letting this person know, letting Divine Masculine know how painful this is, and how much regret they have and how overwhelmed they are, but also stepping forward and we got to figure out a way to make this fair and balanced. And if this is where we part ways, we have to do so in a way that's equitable. And I feel this is Divine Feminine standing up for themselves right here. This can be a card of resistance, but it can be a card of self-protection and defending and protecting oneself and standing up for oneself. And then, head down, hard at work, trying to come up with a creative solution to a problem. World endings and new beginnings. Is this an end to a painful cycle and we're going to reset and start over? Or is this the end of this connection entirely and a new beginning will unfold? And then we have the Magician. In the future, this Divine Feminine is all about manifestation. Right on the bottom of the deck. Can't make this up. Ten of Pentacles. This is about, the family, the home. I do feel this is a family. Interesting that we get the World here and the World here for Divine Feminine. And for Divine Masculine, right, we got indecision here in this card. And we got indecision here. So, these messages were very aligned. If you would, Gemini, go back to the beginning, rewind this, and listen to what that was about. Especially if you're the Divine Feminine, because this is very powerful. This could be a whole new life for Divine Feminine. But I know what they're trying to manifest here is they're manifesting their home. They're manifesting their family. They're trying to manifest the happy home, happy family, and abundance. Let me pick another card for that, please. That was on the bottom of the deck, just so you know. It's unconsciously now. I don't feel it's as unconscious, though. I had the deck upside down. But yeah, a lot of anxiety here for Divine Feminine. Feeling really tied to Divine Masculine. Really tied. This is a family that it feels like this family is coming apart. But I do feel that for Divine Feminine, it could be the start of a whole new life. Gemini. Whichever role you're in, I do want to continue looking at this connection in the extended. I know this feels like a painful reading, and it is, but obviously if you're here watching it and I'm telling your story, I don't have to tell you that it's painful. So I am going to take these cards and I am going to continue to pull for this connection, because I'm hoping that something will fall out in the reading for the connection and the energetic messages, you're trying to send each other, what you can't say, what you're not brave enough to say, but that you're thinking and feeling energetically, and what Spirit says, and if we can get some hint toward timing. If this is your storyline, the link to the extended is below. If it's not, try next week, or go watch the video for your rising sign, your moon sign, your Venus sign. Sometimes you'll find a good solid message there. And other than that, I will see you on a future video. Okay, take care, Gemini. Bye-bye.